Welcome back. We will continue today with the last GUI for this application, which is the Doctor GUI. In this form, we will do exactly like we did with the department. However, we have some additional stuff that we need to do or we can do. Some related to the relationship between the doctor and the department. So here we need to include the departments so that when we, for example, search for a doctor, we can search by department. When we want to add, also we need to add a doctor to an existing department. In addition to that, like we promised in the previous video, that when adding a doctor this time, we will also check for the primary key if it exists or not. So we'll add one additional layer of validation. I've designed the form. I believe you have enough skills now to do it on your own. So in this form, as you can see, we have the input. For doctor details, we have the buttons and we have the table to display the doctors. And at the end of the form, we have the status label that will show us the result of the execution. All right, so before we start with the first button add doctor, we need to go back to the DAO class and add one more function for the doctor where we search for doctor by primary key. And if you remember, the primary key for doctor is the license number. So here this would be our primary key. Let me just change this license number. Okay, so back to the Dr. DAO. Let's see. I believe we have one function. Yeah. Actually, we have one here that will get doctor by license. We can use it, or we can make it simple, where we return only true or false if the doctor exists or not. So I will, no, sorry, not this one, not add doctor, this one. So I will call it, this will return a boolean, and this will be simply exists. So this will return a boolean value if the doctor is found by this license number, and false if not found. So we don't have a list, we only have a boolean. Or no need to declare an additional boolean. We'll simply do it directly here. So select star from doctor, where we don't need department here because we'll only return a true or false. Where license number, prepared statement, everything remains the same here. If you remember, we need to fix that one. Actually, I need to fix it in all the Dr. DAO functions. That was the mistake we did last time. In prepared statement, we set the index to 0 for the first parameter, whereby it should be 1. So this has to be fixed in all of them. 1 here. And then here 1, here 2, here 3, 3, and here 4. So same, we can copy this and paste it here, and here we change it to 1. Apologies for that, but this has to be done to avoid any execution errors. Okay, so after we do that, we execute the query. Here all we need to do is just to check if if there is a next or no. So we could simply do that by writing the following: return rs dot next. So if there is a record, then it will return true, and here we will return, if we catch an exception, we will return false. Return false. All right, so what do we have now? Try without. Um, Let me check what's wrong with the function here. Public. Oh, my bad. Boolean. So public Boolean. I try. Then catch. What else do we have? Did I miss something? It looks fine to me. Yeah, my bad. One additional curly brackets. Okay, so that's it for this function exist. Moreover, I just remembered that we had an issue last time with the department DAO, specifically with the connection, because we're closing the connection in every function. Here I don't think we closed the connection, so that should be fine. Okay, so let's see if it needs to be updated like we did with the department or no, but for now it looks fine for me. Okay, after we do that, then let's move to the first one. Exactly like we did with the department, we want the list of all doctors, regardless of which department, to be loaded immediately when we load the form. So if you remember last time we prepared a function called load. So private load all doctors. So this will we need here again. Let me declare it here. Doctor down um, down equal new doctor down. Okay, then we'll add the import. We will also need the department, so um, so private void load all doctors. So here we need list doctor doc lists equal new array list, and again we'll add an import statement. We'll replace it with all. Okay, we need also another import for the doctor, and we'll replace it with star because we need also the department. Okay, so that's for for the list, and then we simply initialize the list with dow.get all doctors. This will call the following function. We already defined the function get all doctors. This will return a list of doctors in addition to the department details. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing, we need to the column titles for the table. So if you remember, we declared an array of strings. We can call it headers equal. We have the first one would be the license number. License number. The second one would be the doctor name. The third one will be the specialty, and the last one would be the department. Okay, and then we will oops, and then we'll declare the default table model. Default table model, we'll name it model equals new default table model, and we'll give it the header and 0 for that one. Okay, so we'll add the import statement, and here, sorry, it's header. Then we will simply load the doctors to the table. So how do we do that? It's a for each loop. So for Dr. D in doc list, what do? We simply we do the model dot. We have to add row, and this row will be the new row. So we could do the following: new object. Again, it's an array where in the array we have d.get. We get the details of a doctor, license number. The second one is the name, get full name. The third one is the specialty. Oh, specialty is not my word. We've done so many spelling mistakes with this word. One time with the DB, and now I just discovered one. I'll fix it in a moment. And the last one is the dot get department. And here we need to, in the department, we want to display the name of the department. Okay, so this is, we're missing an A in this lovely word, so I'll go back to, although here it's fixed, that's why get specialty. Okay, specialty. Good, so let's go back to this one here. We'll fix it quickly. All right. And basically that's it for loading all the doctors. Of course, not to forget, we'll call the function. So load all doctors. Great. So that should be it for loading all the doctors. Just one final thing here before we forget, we need to set the module for the table. Again, before we do that, let me first change the name of the table. Instead of J doctors. Okay, so we have the same convention for all our controls. Dot set model, and this would be the model. Great. So that should be it. Save. Let's run and see. Does not have. We do have a main. What's wrong? Save. Sorry, not the DAO. Okay, we need to run the form. Run file. And voila. So we have it. We have all the doctors with their license numbers, name, specialty, and the department. Okay. Now we'll start with the first one, adding, and we'll take it one after the other. Okay, so let's close this, back to our form, to the design, and now we'll add. Okay, so if you remember last time with department, we did exactly the same. First, we need to read input. Then we validate, and today we agreed that we'll add one more layer of validation whereby we check for the existence of the record, and finally we save. And once done, reload the table so we display the new record. Okay, so to read, it's very simple like we did last time. So string license, again we have, so these are uh, the the controls I have. So jlicense dot get text, and if you remember, we said it's better to trim to avoid adding any additional empty spaces. String name equal jtxt full name dot get text dot trim. For specialty, we will do the same. Equal jtxt specialty dot, sorry, get text dot trim. And finally, for the, that's new for us. Here, as you can see, for the department, I've added a combo box. So we will be we will write in a minute, we will write the function to load the departments in this combo box. And now when we want to read, we will let me show you the function here. When we want to add doctors, adding a doctor, we need a department ID. So we will be reading the selected department from the combo box. Specifically, we want the department ID. So I'll show you in a minute how do we do that. So now string dep ID equal first we will parse to department. What do we need to parse? I named that JC. Oops, this one here. Then we need to get the selected item, and then we'll get okay. And for all of that, I want to get the ID from that. So we have the department ID. And now in terms of validation, so we will check if license, because this is the primary key. Um, you know what? Let's check for first if that exists or no. So if down dot exists, remember we declared the function exists for the license. So if it exists, it means we cannot proceed. We have to change the primary key. So what we can do, we can either display, because I already have here a status label. We can display the error message here, or if you like, since we already did it with the department, we can display a message for the user. So let's do that. J option pane dot show J, right? J option pane. Did I forget anything? Yes, dot show message dialog. So this would be this for this form, and then we'll display the error message doctor with license plus already exists. And open pane dot error message. Okay, let's do it again. Let's try again. So J option pane dot we'll select show message dialog, and we want the following one. Message type, string title. Yeah, we'll take this one. So this will be the root. This one, the second one is the message. So our message would be doctor with license and plus plus already exists, and next for the name we'll call it duplicate entry, and here message type would be J option pane dot error message. All right, and we return. So that would be the error message we display. Otherwise, if we pass this, then we'll proceed to the second validation, which is checking for null. So if lines dot is empty, uh, or oops, what else do we have? Name could not be empty, also is empty. Or what else? Department ID we cannot, so dep ID dot is empty. So if any of those fields is empty, then again we'll let's display a message in that label. I named it J status, I think, J label status. So if any of these is empty, then dot set text, and this would be please enter all the mandatory values. Okay, and of course we will return. So all right, so this is the first check, this is the second check. If everything is fine, then we can proceed with saving. Okay, so int result equals down dot add doctor, license name, specialty, and doctor ID. So if the value is greater than 0, then everything is fine, else then we have an error. So if the result is greater than 0, then we can display a message. Let me take this. So we'll say doctor successfully added, and then we can load all doctors again. We'll load all doctors. Let me remove this. Okay. Um, we can also let's copy this, also clear if you want. So clear, but obviously will change. So J text license and full name and the specialty, we can clear them. We call the function clear input here, and then we load the table. Else, obviously something is wrong, then we'll copy the message. Doctor was not added. Please try again. Something like this. Okay, so that's it for adding. We'll try them later. Let's go to update. Update would be the same basically as adding. But instead of calling the add, we'll call the delete. So I'll copy all of that and we'll paste it here. We'll copy again. We'll paste. Okay, but instead of, we still need to read, we validate, but here instead of add, we will update. say doctor details successfully updated, doctor details were not updated. Please try again. Okay, next would be the delete. So for the delete, mainly same process. First, we'll start by read input. That would be the license only. So string, let me copy that one time. So string license, we read the license. We will also check if the license is empty. We'll validate, but here we only have the license, so that would be the only check. Please enter. Here we forgot an L. Please enter a license number to proceed. Next, or here to delete, to be more specific. If everything is fine, we will show a confirmation dialog. Okay, so I will copy it from here because we already did that. So confirm that one. If yes, let me copy one sec. This and this here. This would go like here, and this would be here. Just to make sure we have all the needed input. Okay, so let's copy all of that. And we'll paste it here. Of course, some changes need to be done. Yeah, we still need to add one more thing. I just remembered we need to load all the departments. We'll do it now, but here delete. Let's say delete doctor with license, and then we'll display here the license. This we don't need that. We'll keep it as a question mark, and then if confirmation is yes, then we'll proceed with delete doctor. And here we have the license. Again, if result is 0, load all doctors. Doctor was deleted successfully, and else doctor was not deleted. So that's it for the delete. Before we proceed with the last one, search, I just need to add one more function, which is here, because our input, or even now our search, is depending on the list of all departments. So first we need to populate this department list. So we need to write the code for that one. Okay, so the way we do that is simply we go, we go here, and let's do it somewhere here after load all doctors. We need a function, similar function, private populate combo. Let's call it department combo to be specific. So this will simply call the department down. So department down, we'll call it d down equal a new department down. We will call get all departments. So d down dot get all departments, and simply we will this is a void function. So just in case anything was there before, we will clear the list, the combo box. So the combo box is J. Again, I forgot the name. So that's JCMB department dot. We will remove all items just in case, and then we add them again. So just like we did before, for department D in, oops, I forgot here to list department dep list equals, okay, in dep list. So we will get this nice guy here, and then we add item. So that's like an array list D. So this will add the departments. This will add the departments uh, to the combo box. Let me see. Cannot be changed to a string. Okay. Okay, so let's check again here. We have an error because it's expecting a string when we add an item to the combo box. To fix that, we have one of two things. Either here we pass a string, but then this means that we have to change the this one here because we are parsing to department and then getting the ID. So we could either do the following d dot what let's get ID, because this is what we're expecting. So this will load the ID, or what we could do is the following. We could keep this as D, and we go to the design here, select the combo box, and if you go to code here, as you can see in the type, it's expecting a string, so we need to change that. If we change that to department, then this will fix our error. So now it's expecting an item of type department. Okay, once we are done with that, then we will call this method here. So we'll populate the combo. Okay, let's see if it works or no. Do we still have any syntax errors? Hopefully no. No, that should be fine. Okay, so let's run the form. Cancel. What is the error? Uh, okay, so where is the error? I don't see any error here. Let's check the design. Anything missing here? Let's remove this. Anything else? Okay. I guess because we changed from string to department, so we have to remove the pre-populated values. Okay, run again. Hopefully now we'll be able to see. Yeah. Okay, so this will take us to also one more necessary change. So as you can see here, we managed to load, but in the department, we have one minor issue. As you can see in the department, we have here department with all the details. Why is that? If if you can notice something here, this is the result of the following. If we go to departments, we go to toString, this is what we see. Why is that? Because when we did this, when we added the item, it automatically called the toString method to display, so to know what to display. So now we decide what exactly do we want to display, and based on that we update our toString function. So we could say we need only the name, so we will return this dot name, for example. Now if we run again, we should see something different. So now you can see the department name as it is. So the nice thing about this is we have here the department object. However, what we display is the department name. You could change that at any time. If you want to change this to ID, then change simply the toString method to ID, and this will give you um, the ID here displayed. The next nice thing is when we add a doctor, we'll take the department object from here, as you saw. So when we add, we took the department from the combo box, and then from that we took the ID. You could also make it even simpler, as we said, instead of changing the type to department, you could keep it as a string, but here you need then to get the ID immediately, and then you will be able to display only the ID. So this is, I believe, more flexible. You will have the option to get any value that you want at a later stage. Okay, so let's do one final check. Let's see if we are able to add a new doctor. So license number, where did we get D08? So let's say D009. Or first, let's start with the first tech, D008. Full name is my name. Specialty, I am in the general. So this will give us the first warning that the doctor license already exists, only until we change to 09, then we'll add, and there you go. Um, this is the new doctor added. What else? Deleting the doctor. Let me delete 009, and then if we delete, are you sure you want to delete? Yes, doctor is deleted. What else? Let's try to update. So, for example, here we have Dr. Maria Garcia. I will change it to Dr. Um, John Doe, and the specialty would be surgeon. Let's update doctor license. Update. Oh, my bad. Oh, that's a good one. We forgot to remove here in the updates. We copied from the ad, so we forgot to remove the following one. We don't need to check if it exists or not. And now I think it should work fine. Let's run again. And B008, Dr. John Doe. We'll keep cardiology and the specialty surgeon. Update doctor. Doctor details were not updated. Please try again. Okay, so then we have something not working fine here. Okay, let's check. So in the update, we update license name, specialty, and department. We are reading and update doctor. So we have to go to the doctor down and see what did we do wrong in updating the doctor. Update doctor, set license number, full name, specialty, and department ID. Let me check. Is it debt ID? Yes, because here we use debt ID, specialty, license number. For some reason, I have terrible now spelling errors. We just to make sure, since adding worked fine, just in case. Okay, so prepared statement 1 would be for the license, 2, 3, and 4. So what was the output? A primary key constraint failed. So license number. Why we're only updating? Yes, we cannot set the license number again. Basically, when we update, that's the thing. Let's remove the license number because we don't want to change the primary key actually for updating. Set where? My bad, that is a terrible one. Where license equal. We still need the license. Where license number, and this will be number. Let me put it at the end. Okay, so you see the error. My mistake here was when we when we wrote the query update doctor, we're updating but for everyone. So without a where clause, that's a terrible update statement. So now we'll fix it. We'll set the full name, specialty, department ID for this particular license number. So this will lead us to 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and the last one would be for the license number. This should fix it. Let's try again, run file. See, that's the nice thing about coding. You'll discover mistakes on the go, and this will improve your programming skills. So let's do it again. D008, John Doe. Let's keep cardiology and search. Okay. So update, and there you go. So now we successfully updated the record. Okay, the last one for this form and for today is the last search. Of course, here you can improve it. You can search by different fields. I will only keep it to simple one. We'll only search by department, since we have here the combo box. And when we load all the doctors. So what I would like to do here is I would like to select a department and then find doctors in that department. You can add any entry here and then add its dedicated find function. Remember here in our Doctor DAO we added a couple of find functions. So get all, this is what we're using to load. We could search by specialty. We have already the function for that. We have by license. We have the function for that. And what I need is I'll copy this and we'll update the DAO. But now instead of doctors with not specialty, I want with a department. So string refactor rename DEP department. So we'll search by department, we'll update the query, select star from doctor department where doctor dot dep ID. So again, let me rename this refactor rename dep underscore ID. So dep ID. So we'll search by doctor with the given department ID. The rest will remain the same. Okay, so as I said, you can pick any of these get functions and you can use it in your search criteria. Why? No reason. You can pick anyone you want. So let's go and find doctors by department. So first we will let me copy the code so we don't write it again. I'll get this nice one here because we need the ID. And when we search by ID. So we'll get the department by ID. And now doctor not doctor, sorry. We need a list. Doc list equal doc list equals dow dot get doctors with department, and then we give the department ID. Okay, so what we need to do next is simply let me also copy the code for loading this one here. We will we will update the table. So all right, so let me think of a nice way of doing that. So now okay, so what we need to do something similar to loading all here, but instead of loading all doctors, I would like to load with a list. So let me Yeah, so here we have a list. I want to load the table with this list only. I don't want to load with all. So what I would like to do is simply copy this and then we'll update it a little bit. So I will call it not load. We'll call it update table doctors. And here we will pass a list of doctors. Yeah. So list of doctor, doc list. Okay, so we don't need this because we'll get it from the parameter. We don't need this. The column title we still need. The model for D and doc list, everything remains the same. And table doctor, this would be also the same. And now we could go back here and finally we will call update table doctors and we'll give it the doc list. Okay, and I guess that should be it. We could also we could add here to check if to check, for example, so if, for example, doc list dot size, so we'll check the size, um, or not size dot is empty. So we will update the status. We'll say no doctors were found. Then here else we could say, for example, um, we could say the following. Doc list dot size. No, size not set. My God. Doc list dot size. So we display the number of doctors that were found. All right, let's see if we missed anything. Let's run again. Run file. Okay, so let's see. We want cardiology, for example. Find doctors. No doctors were found. Pediatrics, find. Oh, we have an error in the query. Let me go fix that one. Here it's showing no such column. Doc.dep ID. Dep ID, Dep ID. Where is that? Where is that? We'll go back to Dr. Dow. Dept ID. It's department ID. Okay, department ID. Okay, that's an easy one. Okay, let me see. Get doctor with departments. Okay, now it should be fine. Run. Programming is fun, yeah? So cardiology, we have, I know we have three at least. Let's find, and there you go. Okay, so we have three doctors found. Let's see, ear, nose, do we have any? No doctors. And cardiology, we have three doctors were found. And that's it. Okay, so I hope you'll manage to complete this on your own too. And you could also expand the functionality by maybe adding another one here to load all. As I said, you could search by license number, by name. Just keep in mind any function you want here, any functionality you want to add here, it has to be linked to something in your DAO class. So I'll keep the rest for you now to improve, add any additional features you want in this. I believe with this full set of videos for the JDBC, you will manage to put yourselves on the right track and build up on this and improve your skills even further. That's it for now. Wish you all the best, and I'll see you in another video.